That's the old generator trailer. I paid $60 for this like 25 years ago. So our plan is to rip out this old floor, and then I got to get all these ground down or maybe drill new holes. I'm going to get some new center match. We're going to be working on this the next several days. It's starting to rain. It's supposed to snow. It's supposed to get cold. But this thing has been kind of redone. I can imagine somebody did some modifications to get this thing going, but we're going to see what we can do with it.
Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're working in the shop. Dad already showed you the one project we're going to start on. You've seen me bring it home. And then we also are going to finish this project off. And if you guys have been watching the videos, you already know about that. You just got to put some, what do you call that, fascia or trim?
Yeah, I got some trim stuff. They didn't have what I wanted, but I ended up in the bargain bin at Menards. And it's not quite what I wanted, but we're going to make it work because I got 6 pieces for the price of 1. And I needed at least 3. So
which is perfect for this type of structure. But anyways, we're filming this now towards the end of March here. And you guys are going to see it later, but winter is having a hard time saying goodbye.
It's cold out there.
Yeah, it was
that wind today.
2-3 days ago it was 30-40 degrees, and today it's probably
and raining, and there's a lot of snow on the ground, a lot of ice under the snow.
It's definitely going to be a late winter this year.
So it's a shop project time.
Yep.
Yeah, so this project too, it's been in the shop here now for a few days, but it's got to thaw it out so we can get it apart. But we're going to put like 2x12 side racks on this. We're going to get this, I know this apron works. Somebody modified this whole thing. That must have all fell apart, the original stuff. Heck, there's even some shear pins here. I don't know if that, maybe that bolt here? I don't know, but everything's, anyway, we're going to get this all figured out. Get this working. Little welding we got to do. A couple of these cross members, I know there's one of them are cracked.
And then what's that lumber you're going to use for the floor? What's that called? That would be
That's what they call center match. It's that tongue and groove, treated, green treated. That's some expensive stuff.
But it worked pretty good on your last.
Yeah, I got it in the other 2 trailers because it'll shrink a little bit, but then with the tongue in there, I mean, it's, yeah, you got to put something pretty heavy in there. I had boards in that other one the first time around. That lasted a long time. There was oak boards, but then eventually started to fall apart. They weren't treated, so.
That's the agenda for this video. Don't know if we'll finish it today, but we're gonna start on it.
We'll get a good start.
We went over to the other shed to look for a 2x4 to help bend a lip on this per piece of this trim, and we found some of that tongue and groove stuff we were talking about from the last couple projects. So this is what we're talking about. It's a good thing we seen it, because now that's less we gotta buy. There's the final product. She's all put together now.
So that preserves it all from weather.
Yeah, it keeps the water away from it. Move on to the trailer now.
I'm gonna put the cows in. So you guys watch him and make sure he keeps working.
You guys wouldn't rat me out if I was slacking off, would you? Hope not. I got the floor all cleaned out, so now you guys will be able to get a better look at what's going on in there. For those of you that don't know how these old manure spreaders were set up. So this would be your drag chain or whatever you would want to call it. That would bring your product to the back of the trailer. And then at the back here, you normally have a big shaft or two with these beaters on there, and that would spread your manure or whatever you were trying to put onto the fields. So what we want to do is we want to replace the floor in here, and then theoretically when we load up wood or shavings or whatever, we should still be able to use that chain, because it looks like our gearbox and our chains and our shaft and our sprockets are all in decent shape yet. Just lube everything up and make sure everything's tensioned correctly. If you guys have been watching the video, you know that this used to be our generator trailer. We used to have a top on this to cover it up, and it would keep our generator out of the elements to help power our well there on the back 40. You've probably seen the video where I went to go get it. That was a lot of fun. But now, since we have that nice shed that we built, that nice little hut, whatever you'd like to call it, now we don't have to have this as our generator house. We got something nicer, so we can revamp this and make this usable again. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna start grinding all those little pegs off. Brought out the big grinder, so you guys stand back and watch out.
But I was looking at this, I gotta go look, see, this is what, I don't know what they call that, split rim or what they call that, but this, no, I think the axle from this, I think that's off an old truck or something. Yeah, there's a brake drum in here.
That would make sense then.
Somebody rigged up something, but I'm looking at a 10-hole, right? 10-hole rim, because I got something better. This has been sitting up there forever. I bet there's no air in there. They're just so stiff that they just, we'll figure it out.
Or yeah, we're using airless tires before they were cool.
Yeah. So we'll cross this bridge a little later. We know we were gonna get that floor in there. We'll know we'll figure this out. But like I said, I got some wheels back there that are in better shape than this off of something. So this device holds your link so that you can get this to slip through the crack. And they come out a little bit tight. You gotta use a hammer. They won't, if they would fall apart by themselves, they're just wore out. So that helps hold that link. And sometimes you can just use this like an anvil behind it too. Chain splicer, different sizes of chain, whichever one would fit in there properly, but this is the largest I know of for this. Like the hay conveyor, you'd maybe use the one in the middle. So like on a hay conveyor, that's hanging up there. You might want to get a link out, so you'd put that in there, and then this would be like your anvil. You'd have to hit this, and that would slide that out of there. Or it's probably even easier this way. See, and I got it started already. So if I keep whacking, that'll come sliding right out of there. We're not gonna take any links out here, we're just showing you. But yeah, something on a farm, you gotta have these.
I'm sure some guys, they know all about that tool, but even like I work off the farm and I don't think half of them guys know about that tool.
Because you don't deal with
we don't have that
these type of chain. Now back in the day, all the manure spreaders had this chain. Then they went to a chain they called grits chain, and that would be where it would be, or there was like a T. I don't know. There's maybe different names for it, but you could undo them once you got it loose. You could just turn them and take them out. The problem with that was if it broke, you would lose a bunch of them in the manure or something. There's a bunch of different types.
It's one of them tools that a lot of people don't know about, but can save a lot of time. Something like that. But you can do it without having that tool.
That's for roller chain. I had a farmer here helping me. He's farmed, just like us. He's been retired. He says he's always been just using a grinder to grind the rivets off instead of this. So I'll show you how this works, or will explain.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that when it comes to roller chain, they just use a grinder and a punch. The first place I worked off the farm, that's how they did it, all their roller chain there. But this tool can save a lot of time and do a lot cleaner job.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it is. Well, my dad had it, and then he ended up getting another one somewhere in a box of stuff on an auction, so then I bought one. Well, like this, for instance. So that would clamp on there, and then you basically you spin your pin there, would pop that rivet right out of there. Well, yeah, you could use a grinder too. This is just like out in the field.
Yeah, where you don't have power.
Someplace like that.
A little break for a tool show and tell. There we go. Now we can weld it nice and square. Be easier to grind it when it's not in the trailer anyways. Probably better it broke off. I got that roughly ground up, so now we'll get some decent contact so we can weld that back in there and make it strong again.
So if we measure in the back, we're 50, just a little over 50 and a half. Okay. And then if you do the same thing in the front, we're 50.
Tapered them, huh?
See, so as your material goes back, your sides are, so you don't get that wedging.
Yep, so funnels.
I noticed that on some of our other box spreader.
It's interesting.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure if you didn't know that and you went to put a floor in this, that would make it complicated. And you'd be like, what the?
Well, that's how I figured it out afterwards when I put the floor in the mother trailers. They're all like that. They're just slightly wider in the back than the front. So the last piece has got to be cut at a slant.
So right now we're trying to figure out how our boards are going to be laid out and how they're all going to work. These boards are a lot thicker than what was originally in there and designed, so we're going to have to taper both ends, or at least that's what we're going to try now.
I think it's going to work. We'll do the other end like that too. We just don't need to get quite as aggressive. So where that groove is, it'll be a little bit, but it won't matter.
I think if you had to run the chain all the time, it would wear out our floor really fast.
Well, it could become a little issue, but you got to admit, this is still going to be better than inch boards. I mean, we could just throw oak boards in or get some tongue and groove inch boards, which I don't believe. I think it would all fall apart.
Yeah. Yeah, once you threw a piece of firewood over the top, it'd probably break it, but
over time, it would crack it all up. And then if you want to, this thing's going to sit outside someplace, it's going to go bad. This is going to be fine. There ain't that many of them. We already got 2. We got to buy, I need 11 total, so I got to buy 9, which ain't too bad. Ain't going to kill us. No, I got to take a little more off.
time for an update. I've been punching out all the holes where the old bolts or rivets used to be. Dad, he's been working on lining up this first board and getting some of these carriage bolts put in. Anyways, I gotta go, but it looks like we got a pretty good start. I don't know if Dad's gonna keep doing some here this evening. And besides pretty soon here we're gonna have to get material, and you might get that this weekend, otherwise in a day or so.
Yeah, we'll keep going with it.
Otherwise, I think it's gonna work out. I think it'll be just fine.
Well, we kinda got the plan now figured out, how we're gonna shave the ends of the boards. I'm gonna look at these wheels, I might undo these nuts. Maybe I can turn them around, make it wider. Or find something else that fits on there. I got some stuff I'll have to dig around.
All right, we're back at the trailer project. We got most of the engineering out of the way, so things should be a little faster today. And we're gonna start by putting in the boards. I'm cutting them to length and bolting them down. And then we gotta put the racks on the side as well.
We're gonna just cut them all to the same length as this one. And just stack them all in there. I'm thinking we get enough in there, we'll wedge some kind of block in there or something to push them all tight. Then we just go underneath, drill all our holes through and get them all bolted down. Kind of like mass producing. And then the last one will be the one that'll be.
Dad got lucky today. He went to go purchase the boards, and apparently they make a new style of this groove.
It's a different groove. And I had exactly 9 of them there.
Yeah, they had some left of the old
Exactly 9 of the ones I wanted. Except they're 16 footers instead of 10 footers, which doesn't really matter because the 10 footers are almost the same price anyway. They're just a rare length.
We got everything lined up. Now we're gonna start drilling holes in it and sliding some bolts in and get everything pinned down in place.
Right here, I should have had that little piece in here yet. The apron will go over that anyway. So what I gotta do is I gotta cut all these down so they slope down till they get real narrow right here. State pockets, a couple 3/8 bolts. I'm gonna put our plank on, then we're gonna cut it. I gotta throw that apron up in there when we get this sawdust all blown out.
Looks like the sawdust, man. I think if you don't have to sweep up, it's all stuck to you.
It's on my sweatshirt.
Look at all those bolts sticking through there. I got some longer ones. We ran out of shorter ones, but they don't look like they're going to interfere at all. It's looking good. Get this apron lined up.
Good thing it works, otherwise all this messing around for nothing to try to get everything fitted. It really doesn't matter if it doesn't work out, it's still a trailer like the other ones.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
We got a big hole here, we could patch someday when we get, and there's a small hole here. Put something over it.
And now it's usable. Now we can do something with
It's
it.
already usable. Well, gotta get a jack, which I think I got something. I just gotta dig through my, I think we should set this plank up here and see what we can. Actually, it might be better like this because then it comes up against here.
Okay, trailer's dang near done. Dad just has a few finishing touches, but you guys will see the end product soon. I imagine in a video we'll be going to get wood with it or something. We'll be doing something with
They
it.
gotta put some kind of board across here, and they gotta make some kind of back for it. We might need to get a little angle iron.
Some kind of end gate or something.
Work on that jack.
Make sure to let us know in the comments, any of you that recognize this trailer and what brand it is and what year or era you think it's from. Leave plenty of comments. We appreciate you sticking to the end. Thanks for watching, and check out our other videos.